Hello students and namaste everyone. I am Dhaval sir and our today's topic is your standard 8th literature part, poem number 5, The Schoolboy by William Blake. Right, so this poem, that is The Schoolboy, is written by William Blake, and The Schoolboy is a poem about an unhappy schoolboy, right? A child who is not a happy child going to school. Now, why is not a happy child? Because he likes the summer mornings and is fond of seeing the trees and the birds, right? He likes the morning where there are trees which blossom out, there are the birds which sit on each and every tree and they keep on singing, right? And because of the birds singing on every tree, right, and the herdsmen's, right, that means the person who is going for hunting, they are making their way towards hunting, and the skylarks are the birds with whom the boy likes to sing, right? So according to the boy, it is the best company, that is the skylarks, which are the birds, are the best company with whom he enjoys it very much, right? So the boy is very much joyful and happy when it is the morning time and is enjoying the company of the nature, right? So we'll move further, and we even know that the morning time is the time full of hopes and aspirations, right? The morning time makes all of us, our day, very beautiful, right? And so in the second stanza onwards, the tone totally changes, right? From delight and happiness to sadness. Now what happens? Because the schoolboy says that going to the school in the morning, that is in the summer morning, is something which takes away all his joy, right? He doesn't at all enjoy going to the school, and his morning hours pass unhappily, right? As a result, his life at the school is also worrisome. That means full of tension. He doesn't like to go over there. Why? Because he is not interested in the studies and the books, and even the teachers lecture bore him. And as we all know that in the school, the teachers, they keep a strict eye on all the students so that they follow all the rules and regulations, right, in the proper way. So all these things are not liked by the child and he doesn't like to go to school. Then he says that his days are spent in the sadness or distress, and all his joys are gone away. That means he has lost all his joys, he is not happy, right? The poet compares the school, right? It is a place where the students can sit under a tree and study, right? So the poet compares the school with a tree under which the children sit and learn. The boy says, right, this young schoolboy says that he does not find peace even sitting under this tree also, right? Why? Because we all know that the pleasure of childhood lies in being free and happy like a bird, right? So he doesn't even like to sit under a tree in the school and study. The poet here compares a child here the poet compares the child in a school as a bird in the cage, right? So the poet says the child feels in the same manner as if the bird who is caged in, okay? So he says that a bird is unhappy in the cage, so is the child in the school. The poet also says that a child who is not happy and who is scared by his parents and teachers cannot be happy and joyful, right? So in the third stanza, uh, the poet is trying to say that a young student cannot learn under restrictions, and he needs love, freedom, joy, but the cruel eyes of the teacher or parents has destroyed the basic purpose of education. That means cruel eyes means here he's trying to say that the teachers who are trying to make the students strictly follow all the rules and regulations, right? So that is because they are forced to learn things which make them capable of acquiring materialistic things, right? In the school, the poet believes that the students are taught only the things which make them capable of acquiring materialistic things, means how to become a person who is able to earn more money, right? Morals and values and discipline which is necessary for living in life is not taught, right? So and for that, for teaching them being capable of materialistic thing, because of that they have to give up, or they have to give away things which would have otherwise made them a better human being, right? So we have seen that in schools students are taught the chapters just according to the syllabus, right? Just according to the curriculum, but they are not taught extra things, that is how to behave with the parents, how to talk with the outsiders, what morals or values should be kept in a person's life, right? So if such kind of things are taught to the child, then he can even become a better citizen, okay? Then further, in the fourth stanza, the poet says that we all know that the pleasure of childhood, as I said in the earlier paragraph, is like being like a free bird, right? So the child will be happy only if it is given the freedom like the bird which moves freely in the air, right? And so here the poet compares the child who is not given freedom, and therefore it is like a caged bird, right? So further, in the next paragraph, the poet says that the parents also should not be very strict, and they should not deprive the children of their happiness. They should be liberal towards them, and they should allow them some freedom so that they can enjoy their life, right? And the poet also says that in his opinion this world will be a sorrowful place in the absence of happiness of childhood. That means if the children are not happy, then even this world will become unhappy, because the smile or the happiness comes from the children, right? So the poet in this poem beautifully compares it with the nature, right? He says that without a happy childhood, we shall only have a winter of sorrow, because we have seen not in our country but in foreign countries the winters are such in which there is totally the place is covered with snow. People do not get bright sunny days, they do not enjoy their life, and they have to stay in their homes only, right? And so therefore he says that we shall never be able to experience the summer of joy. That means if the children are not happy, then we cannot live life in a happy way. So what the conclusion of the poem is that the poem teaches us that if we are parents, then we shall take due care of our children, and it is our duty to see that our children are happy, free, joyful. And if we want our generations to be happy and prosperous, we need to make their childhood a happy one, right? Because if the freedom of the children is taken away and the days of their joy and happiness are snatched away from them, if it is taken away from them because of the school, they will never be able to get properly educated, right? And hence serve society. If they are given happiness, if they will be happy, then even they will be serving the society in a happy way, right? So this poem is basically, or we can say this poem is thus a criticism uh, by the poet in a way the school imparts education. That means the poet through this poem has tried to criticize our education system, or the way education is given in the schools, right? So that's it about the poem, and I'll end my lecture over here, and I thank you everyone for watching my video.